we were just back here in the excursion and thought the road went all the way through, but it turns out it doesn't. So, but my bike will fit. The excursion, not so much. It's pretty beefy. But there was a bridge back here, and I wanted to see where it went. So, I went home and got my bike. Well, one of my bikes. Oh, it's muddy. I didn't put any of my riding gear on. And I need to give my bike a bath. I washed the excursion today. That was fun. I have to climb up on it to get, to the roof. And still I can hardly reach. But yeah, see, the excursion ain't fitting through here, but this does. Let's see where it goes. It's a road. This is kind of cool. That might be why it's not open to the public. The road right there is pretty torn up. But here's an old bridge. But hey, let's shut down right here. Oh, this is cool. Minus the graffiti on the deals that I'm not going to point out. If you see it, you see it. That's But let me close my visor because I don't want to be the next I can't think of his name now. Just caught himself in a mirror. Somebody caught it and noticed his face was in a mirror. But as you can see, I've done some work to the 250 XC. I gave a kind of a walk around of it. It didn't really notice, or I started noticing more things because I had to take it apart for the work I did to it. It has V-Force reeds, the Electron carb, Outlaw Racing shifter, TMD chain guide. I need to put a chain guard on it up here, or at least a case guard. It's got the Enduro Engineering seat, Enduro Engineering radiator braces, even around the back, full FMF exhaust. It's got the gnarly pipe with the Turbine Core 2 silencer, the Tusk rear disc guard, and the Flatland skid plate. Now, the skid plates for these that have the linkage guards are like $250 from what I've seen. There might be cheaper ones, but all the ones I saw were around that price range. And I already had a skid plate, so I didn't see the point in spending the money on one. So I took it to work and made a linkage guard because we work with aluminum horse trailers and stock trailers. So I took a piece of scrap 125. I mean, it flexes a little, but I mean, I doubt it's going to break. Welded it on here. I put the brakes in it and measured it and drilled the holes out and welded it. Well, had it welded. I mean, I wanted it tigged, and I don't TIG. But yeah, let's talk about this street legal kit. Now, Kansas will not let you convert off-road to on-road. I'm not sure exactly why, but they will not let you. If the title says off-road, you're done right then and there. Well, KTM does not put off-road on their titles. Now, the way this process went is I went and I called the local DMV or tag office about, I'm going to vape. Yes, it's gold because I had a black one and I lost it. So I had to get this gold one. And it's turned off. But anyways, I called the tag office about tagging it. And they told me, I told them it doesn't say off-road on the title. They said it was up to the sheriff's department whether, when they inspected it, if they put off-road or on-road on, the title. So I called the sheriff's department. The receptionist told me she didn't think that was even an option on their forms. She gave me the number to the deputy that does the inspections. I spoke to him. He told me that Highway Patrol only does off-road. The sheriffs do on-road. Asked me to send a picture of the title. So I sent him a picture of the title. He told me it looked like one that they could inspect. So he said that wouldn't be an issue. And I wanted to make sure that nothing would disqualify it before I spent the money on the lights and that, because it wasn't exactly cheap, and I'll go through what I did. Okay. But I asked him if it mattered that it was a two-stroke. He said, 2 cylinders or 1, it doesn't matter. So I explained to him it's a 1-cylinder, a single cylinder, but I mix gas and oil to run it. He said he doesn't see that being an issue. So I got insurance through Progressive because my previous insurance company would not insure this bike. And the only reason my other one was insured through them is they said it was grandfathered in. So I got this insured. Both my bikes are insured through Progressive now, along with my new Excursion. And I ordered the lighting kit and a bunch of things from SICASS Racing. The only things that I did not order through SICASS Racing are these bark busters and these mirrors, which are the same thing I have on my 625. These are just a generic, I think, dirt power racing handguards or bark busters and power mad mirrors, which those little things are cool and they're not bad on price. Then I order, those are the only things I ordered separate. The lighting kit in that I got from SICASS Racing. The Trail Tech Endurance 2 speedometer, a keyed ignition, and I'll show you how that does in a second. Headlight, front turn signals, rear turn signals, tail light. Trying not to get caught in my mirrors. And it's got a brake light. And it's got a horn. The turn signals work. I don't know if you can see that back one flashing, the front one's flashing. Same thing with this side. And it's got your high beam, low beam, or normal running light, and then what I call the disappear switch. I hit that switch, the lights go completely out. Okay, and it gives you little indicators, like you see right there, that little yellow light flashing. If the camera's picking it up, tells me that my turn signals are on. It tells me if the high beam's on. If the high beam's on, it's a blue light. If I'm on my regular light, it's a red light. And I never really paid attention if it does anything with the off. But it's all plug and play. Including, this KTM comes with holes in their rotor for the magnet and in the brake for the magnet sensor, and even your front brake line is going to have, or holder here's going to have another spot for your line to come up for your speedometer. The wiring for the lights and that is all there too on the XCs, because the XCWs came with lights, the XCs didn't, but they left the wiring. I had to drill a small hole right back here, if you can see that, to run the wires through. And Everything plugs in. The keyed ignition is really cool. You cannot start this bike without that key. Now, to show that, we're going to take the key out. Okay. I'm going to pull the Kickstarter out. Here's the electric start. Nothing. See, absolutely nothing. I'm not touching the kill switch. It's just not working. Okay. I get on it. Nothing. Okay. Now, if I put the key in, turn the key, I need to put a new... Oh, she fired up for a second. There we go. Okay, I can also use this to shut it down. But we'll also kick it with the key on, if I don't fall over. But yeah, we'll show you the different lights. That's the high beam. In the tail light. Okay. And now we'll do the low beam. That's the regular light. Okay, like your daytime running light. Which, as you see, it's red there, blue for high, and you can see the change. And then the disappear switch, which there is no light indicator, but to show that the disappear switch does work on the lights. No tail light either. Now, I don't know about the turn signals, because those work when it's not... Oh, they still work, okay. Which means the horn will, too. Okay. I wonder about the brake light. Nope, nothing to the brake light with the turns, or with that off. Turn the lights back on. Oh, it's got a tag light too, a little one. Let's see if the camera picks us up. I'm stretching here. But yeah. That's my street legal 2-stroke. And SICASS Racing, I mean, all plug and play. They did great equipment. I mean, it was kind of tricky figuring out where to run the wires and hide them. And that's not their fault. I just had to be able to hide them as much as I could. I mean, you can see them a little bit up under here. You know, I followed the factory wiring. So it's a little bit thicker there. And you can see the horn. But yeah, everything was plug and play, which was really nice. I mean, I just routed the wires. The way the ignition works is there's 2 pigtails. Okay, 2 sets of pigtails. So one set will splice into your starter switch, and you don't have to splice it. It's everything on this is just like connectors. Even the connectors that came on the SICASS Racing lighting kit matched right up with the factory wiring. So you go in and you can find where you follow your starter wire back, and you pull it apart. It's got 2 bullet connectors, you know, male and female. You pull that apart, plug those into the corresponding wires, which are labeled. They put labels on all their wiring. I don't know if you could see this one. This is for like if you have a factory headlight and you want to change to this one, it tells you right where it goes. The instructions are pretty basic, but it's simple to do. But anyways, you pull those bullet connectors apart for your starter switch, your electric start. Plug those into the corresponding bullet connectors on the wiring harness from SICASS Racing. And then you find the ones for your kill switch. Pull those apart, plug them into the corresponding pigtails and bullet connectors. And then you ground out that connection where your kill switch ground goes. And it tricks the bike into thinking the kill switch is always being pressed unless the key is turned into the on position. So the bike will not start unless you have the key in it and turned on. The other wiring, like I said, everything was there to plug in. The headlight, there was no taillight wiring on this bike. Wait. I take that back, there was. But you just plug everything in. It comes with the turn signal flasher, the brake light switch. If you want a front brake light switch, you got to order that separately. The keyed ignition is ordered separately. That speedometer is ordered separately. But the tail light, brake light switch, turn signals, turn signal flashers, handlebar controls, tag mount, all that is part of their kit, and it's all plug and play. The only thing that you have to actually plug into a connector is your tail light and your brake light switch. You gotta replace the factory bolt that's in there with it, and you're good to go. I mean, the only thing I noticed is behind the headlight, where the headlight and this where the bulb and the housing or the number plate line up, there's a gap that light gets through, and the back of that housing is chrome. So if you don't have anything back there or covering that, it will blind you at night. I learned that the hard way. So for now, I've just got some tape wrapped over it. And then when I had to cut my bar pad to be able to fit the keyed ignition in the handle or the speedometer. I cut it so I could put it back on there because I'd rather have that than handlebars into my chest or face with no cushion at all. But these kind of kill the light shining into my face, along with that tape. I mean, I'm probably going to caulk it, run a bead of caulk around it just to seal it more and prevent that. But I mean, you can kind of see it glowing up behind there, but that tape keeps it, because once that light hits that mirrored headlight housing, it amplifies it and blinds you. But yeah, once they get more inspection papers or forms, I'm going to be taking this to get it inspected because it's an out-of-state title, so I have to have it inspected. And in that case, all they do here is check your VIN, make sure it's not stolen, and get a description of the bike. The tag office already gave me a tag for it, this temp tag. I'm going to get a personalized tag. But yeah, that's the process I took to get a street legal 2-stroke in Kansas. I mean, KTM, like I said, does not say off-road on the title, so it kind of slips through. And then the lighting kit, do you have to go as extreme as I did? No. But I wanted everything to be legit. I didn't want anybody, I didn't want to give them any reason to say no or to give me a ticket. About the only thing I think they could complain about at this point is the angle of the tag. And technically that would be the factory. Because, that's even how the XCW's tag brackets are. So, they really can't say anything about it. I mean, it's loud, it's obnoxious, it's not very practical for riding on the street, but it's fun. And I got to get the 625 running again, because the 625 is down right now, but this is still running. But yeah, that's what I did, and that's the story of how I got my 2013 KTM 250XC street legal and turned it into what you see now. I mean, there's not much more I want to do to it. Yeah, and if you like that video you just watched and you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell notification or bell icon so you get notified when new videos come out. Like the video, share it with your friends, and comment. I'll respond to your comments as soon as I can. Now, I don't know how real it is, but I heard if you click that bell icon, you hear Kim Kardashian or say something sexy like, "Oh yeah, baby," or "Oh yeah, daddy," something like that. I don't know. And then if you hit the subscribe button too, it jumps you to another page reading nude pictures of Kim Kardashian. I don't care who you are, she's hot. And I don't know if it works or not, but what's it hurt to try?